Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of ESI Insights, sponsored by African Utility Week, the leading power, energy, and water trade expo and conference in Africa. This week we cover solar PV and the introduction of a carbon tax. Let's take a closer look. As of September 2018, only 46 countries globally were documented as actively engaged in pricing carbon emissions. The main objective of the tax is to encourage large greenhouse gas emitters to lower their emissions. Since South Africa's Mpumalanga province was recently named and shamed as a global pollution hotspot, it is evident that as a signatory to the Paris Agreement, the country needs a carbon tax. The country's finance minister, Tito Mboweni, recently tabled the carbon tax bill in parliament, stating that the tax will become effective from the 1st of June 2019. The tax operates on the polluter pays principle, but when the polluter is a government-owned coal-fired power station, who will then cover the cost? We can only trust that it won't follow suit of sin tax or sugar tax, which raises cost but has no real impact as the cost is absorbed by the end user. Meanwhile, in Kenya, the Energy Regulator Commission wants to ensure a uniform electricity tariff for mini-grids. The idea is to shield operators of mini-grids from high costs in bids to encourage investors to generate, transmit, and sell electricity to remote areas at affordable retail prices. Having stability around return on investment will definitely motivate developers and operators in this market. Another factor to bear in mind is that remote areas generally rely on costly carbon-emitting fuels such as diesel and kerosene for cooking and lighting. A focus on mini-grid expansion, which is mainly supported by solar technology, a renewable resource that is abundant in Africa, is indeed an enabler to reduce the continent's greenhouse gas emissions. Back in South Africa, with the carbon tax firmly directing large emitters to reduce or face the cost, the residential market is also wary of being penalized. To this end, the City of Cape Town has taken steps to regulate unauthorized and potentially dangerous solar PV installations, stating that by February 2019, all installations must be registered with the municipality or face a fine. The city's concerns are valid, but once an installation has been registered, will residents face an additional service fee on their utility bill? To date, there has been too little information shared on this topic. Share your thoughts on these trending stories with us on social media. That's all for this week's episode of ESI Insights, sponsored by African Utility Week, which will take place from the 14th to the 16th of May 2019 in Cape Town, South Africa. Thank you for watching.